Sin, first off, you've been named SEC Player of the Week. Can you just talk about that honor and what it means to you?
It means a lot, not for me, but for our team, for somebody to get recognition um, for the hard work we've put in over the years, and so far this season, it's good for me and the team.
Sindarius, what do you think being ranked means to this team, and how do you think they'll handle it?
I think being ranked to us, it doesn't really mean a lot, since the simple fact of we was ranked last year, and we was ranked for a majority of the season last year, and still didn't make the tournament. Our goal coming into the season is not to be ranked. Our goal is to make the tournament. So if it's going to help us be ranked, then make us. If it's going to help us make the tournament, then it means a lot. But if it's one of those things where it goes away eventually, then it doesn't really mean anything. We still come in practice every day to prepare for our opponents the same way and get better.
Questions, guys? Kyle? I'll be right back, Joe.
Chris, how impressed have you been with Mike's play so far? He's come in and given y'all some quality minutes as a freshman.
Sorry, can you repeat that, please?
How impressed have you been with Mike Kotsar's play this year? He's come in and given y'all quality minutes as a freshman.
Oh, yeah. He be picking up stuff real quick. He clever and like other freshmen, like he's the one that came out of the crowd. Like he brought some difference. Like he helped me a lot because he know the plays, and like when sometimes I feel like I'm the only one like try to do something like a returner is like he come out to, even though he's a freshman, he coming out and like show that he knows what he's supposed to do and like play hard every time and help me on like defense and like rebound. So.
Sin, almost same thing. What's it like to see, Mike and the young guys be able to contribute, especially given these last two games, and it seems like you guys team chemistry is really forming together. I guess how are you guys kind of figuring each other out, and the new guys, kind of contributing so far?
Mike's, we all that's been around Mike and seen him from the summertime since he got here to now. We knew he was going to help us a lot with him. How well he learned, he pick up stuff so fast, and how smart he is, and so we just knew that only thing he had to do was adjust in the game with those fouls he was picking up earlier with the first couple games. But everybody else has been great. Rock's been good. Sonny's been good. All the new guys has helped us a lot, and everybody on the team is buying into what Coach wants and buying into the defense, and it's all coming together.
Sin, Coach mentioned what happened after the Syracuse win, you in the locker room with Dwayne, some of the other vets, just telling everybody to put the win in perspective. What were you trying to do in that moment, and what did you expect in that trip up to Brooklyn?
We didn't expect anything else but to win. As anybody we play, we go in any game thinking we're going to win the game. That's the difference between now and our freshman year. But after the game, it started halftime of Syracuse game, and we was like, we up right now, but they're gonna make a run, and we gotta be able to hold the lead and sustain that run and keep it going. And then after the game, we told them this game, it means a lot to us, but it all can go away if we get complacent, and we got to keep working and get better from here.
Against Syracuse, that was kind of the first game this year. Crowd was in someone else's favor. How do you think, outside of a win, how do you feel like you guys played against
I think
crowd?
we played real good against with Syracuse being very good, and they're old and mature, and with us having a lot of younger guys playing for us, I think the younger guys handled the crowd real well. They didn't let it rattle them. I think only like twice maybe the little shot clock thing they kept doing, the 3, 2, 1, when it was like 10 seconds on the clock. I think it maybe got us once or twice. But both times we scored on both times they got us. Dwayne hit a 3, and somebody else did something. But we handled the crowd well. The team was composed, and Coach helped us through it. And me and Dwayne and us older guys, it was our job to, through adversity, keep leading the team.
Sin, I know Frank talks with you guys about life outside of basketball a lot. Did y'all have conversations about Fidel Castro's death, and has he kind of discuss with y'all what that means to him and his heritage and so forth?
Yeah, so we have this thing that we started this year, what Coach started with us this year, where once a week he come in and talk to us about, life. And, everybody, that week somebody has a topic where they want to talk about. And when the Colin Kaepernick situation happened, Colin had Castro on his shirt, on his T-shirt when it happened. And Frank was like, he asked us about Kaepernick, and then we was like, and he asked us about, did we see his T-shirt? And nobody had recognized his T-shirt because we was focused on Kaepernick. And he was like, he was telling us, how can somebody, do what Kaepernick is doing with the Castro T-shirt on? And we didn't know who Castro was, and he told us who he was and what he did with Cuba and everything like that. And so yeah, he spoke with us about it and gave us his insight on it.
Any more questions?
Sindarius, how do you think the way this team deals with early season success this year is maybe colored by the experiences of some early season successes the last 2 years and how things have turned out?
I think the difference is us older guys. The last 2 seasons. Last year I think we handled success real well. We was 25-9. That's a great season if you ask me. But and the year before, all of us were young and we didn't know how to handle success because it was new to us. Whereas last year, we started reaching success. We was familiar with it, and those seniors and Mike and Mindy, kept us together, and so that's our job as the older guy that's been through it and that's been in these situations to keep the younger guys focused and prepared for whatever comes our way.
And secondly, you spoke the other night about how just much better you're feeling physically and how that helps you in terms of your play. I mean, when you look back, were there things you just couldn't do because your body just wouldn't let you, and just how much more are you capable of now being healthy?
Yeah, I couldn't even dunk sophomore year, but yeah, it wasn't really much what I couldn't do. It was just I didn't have the confidence of doing. I didn't have the confidence to just go by people and stuff like that because I knew I was a step slower, and I knew that I couldn't really explode once I got to the rim. I couldn't finish over anybody, so I didn't really want to put myself in that situation. So my sophomore year, I settled for a lot of threes. I think my sophomore year was the year I shot the most threes I've shot since I've been here. Just because I got settled a lot. I took the easy way out a lot. And last year, I started to get back in the flow of things. After sophomore year, I had surgery, and set out that summer and came into the season, feeling good and played well. And now coming into this season was the first summer I had since my injuries to where I could prepare and train my body and work on my abilities and work on my game. And so now it just feels like it's all coming together at the right time. When our team needs it the most, that's when it's all coming together.